This is the practice of the 18 forms, or Shibashi. The first form begins with something called pulsing, or 起势调息, harmonizing the qi. Stand with the feet about hips distance wide, knees soft, arms relaxed down by the sides of your body. With pulsing, the hips draw back more than the knees bend forward. As you inhale to lower the hips back, the arms float forward in front of the chest. As you exhale, the crown of the head lifts up and the hands release down. This repeats. Breathing in, the hips descend, the arms lift. See if you can lift more from the head of the arm bone and shoulder socket. Exhaling back down, fingers soft, joints relaxed. Continue, and see if your knees can bend less as the hips draw back. Exhale to lift the crown of the head as the arms soften down. This is a good practice to help deepen the breath, calm the mind, and settle the liver qi. When the liver qi becomes blocked or imbalanced, this can lead to feelings of anger and frustration. This practice helps create the opposite of that, a sense of composure and ease. Last round. Inhaling forward with the arms. Exhaling, lowering the arms, finishing the form known as harmonizing the qi. This goes right into the next set of forms called opening the chest, or 开阔胸怀. As you inhale, the arms move forward and then open to the sides. As you exhale, the arms come back down, softening and bending the knees. And that's one cycle. Continue. As you breathe in, the arms move forward and then to the sides, opening the chest. The crown of the head also rises. As you breathe out, the arms release to the sides. Keep going like this. And this form conditions the heart and lungs, stimulating and dredging the associated meridians of these organs that run from the organs through our arms and fingers. This form is particularly good for hypertension and high blood pressure. It also strengthens the respiratory system. When our chest, shoulders, and upper back are relaxed and open, we can feel more spacious and relaxed in our hearts. This may help us feel more receptive and awake to everything around us, enabling us to develop a more authentic and optimistic outlook on life. Now we'll do a form called separating clouds, or 轮比分圆. Cross your hands and arms as you inhale, lifting them overhead. Exhaling, separate out the clouds as your arms come down. Imagine you can move your hands through soft clouds. Then cross the arms again, lift them in front of the chest and overhead. Exhale, your hands slide out, fingers toward the sky and palms to the sides. Inhale, crossing the arms like you're taking a t-shirt off, lifting overhead. Exhale to the sides and down, imagining what it would be like to separate out cloud matter. Continue. This form is also beneficial for the heart and lungs. It helps open the shoulders and refreshes the mind by increasing the flow of oxygen through the brain. When I do this, I like to imagine my hands also moving through something etheric like cloud matter. It's probably unlikely that my hands can actually separate clouds, but the image and intention is evocative and conjures a softness as well as fluidity in my body and mind. I also like feeling connected to something as high up as the clouds in the atmosphere, which makes me feel spacious and light. For the next form, we take a slightly wider stance for the feet. This is for rainbow dance, or 挥舞彩虹. Hands both open to the sides. The knees bend and toes turn out. Bend one knee, tip down towards that straight leg. Then inhale and rise up, imagining you can dance a rainbow between your hands. As you exhale, you slide over. As you inhale, you rise up, hands open to fill with rainbowed light. Exhale, you come over, down toward the straighter leg, and continue. This movement conditions the stomach and strengthens digestion. It also reduces shoulder tension and can be a boost to our immunity as well as our heart and central nervous system. One of the things I love about the 18 forms is how the movements help us attune to and be reminded of our relationship to the natural world, particularly water. Rainbows, for example, they appear when sunlight mixes with rain. Normally, sunlight is white as it moves from the sun through the sky to the earth. When a sunbeam meets a raindrop and passes through it at certain angles, however, it creates a spectrum of colored light that we humans can see and perhaps look at in amazement and wonder. Last round, exhaling over, inhaling up, and exhaling over. Coming up, finishing rainbow dance. And then slide the hands back down in front of the body, preparing for the fifth form called rolling ball, or 定步倒全功. Inhale, begin to extend one hand forward as the other hand reaches back behind the head. Imagine you're rolling a ball from behind the ear. Then exhale, draw the hands toward each other in front of the chest. As they pass, inhale and change the arms. One hand forward, one hand back. Exhale, both hands towards center. Continue. Inhale, use inner strength to move the hands apart, like there's something sticky between them that you can stretch. When you start to exhale, the two hands will pass each other in front of the chest, and then they switch. As the other hand draws forward, the opposite hand draws back. Keep going a few rounds like this. And make sure that the shoulders are relaxed. You turn from the waist as you move. This will strengthen and mobilize the shoulders, but also condition the lower back, the organs of the liver and gallbladder and kidneys. And with practice, this can be of excellent service to stiff shoulders. It also brings health to our gallbladder and liver, which, when healthy and balanced, help to brighten the eyes. Breathing here is steady. Last round, hands soft. Again, the strength comes from deep inside rather than from the hands feeling rigid or stiff. Exhale and finish with the hands coming back down through center, wrapping your hands around the handles of an imaginary oar. Inhale, and then reach both hands forward, extending the spine and back, exhaling down, doing the form called rowing the boat at the center of the lake. Inhale and rise back up, still rowing the boat. Exhale, the hands and arms move forward, lowering the hips as the knees bend. Inhale up and continue. As you exhale, keep the arms in line with the body as you extend forward. This will strengthen the back and condition the kidneys, which helps us with qualities like endurance and access to stillness and wisdom. In Chinese, this form is Hu Xin Hua Chuan. Hu Xin means the heart of the lake. Hua Chuan means to row a boat. as you move your arms, you might imagine how quiet and still you could feel as you gently row the oars of a boat through the waters of a still lake. You can also perhaps touch into that reflective silence and inner strength that are qualities associated with the element of water and the feeling of being just at the very heart of a still lake. As you come up through center, release the hands. Take a moment to absorb how you feel. And use the hands to gather to the level of the chest. And from there, clear. Now for the 7th of the 18 forms, you will step the feet just a little bit wider into bow stance. Here, the toes turn slightly out and you bend your knees. Your 2 hands turn toward the sky, the palms each holding an invisible ball. This is a really great practice for lifting the spirits and is called lifting ball or 肩前托球. Inhale, one hand comes in front of the body, lifting that ball to shoulder height. The other hand simultaneously draws behind the body to the level of the lower back and waist. Then you exhale and begin to release and exchange the hands. Inhale, the other hand lifts in front of the chest. The opposite heel can also rise up. Exhale, begin to change. Inhale, the front hand crosses in front, back hand to the lower back. Exhale, exchange the hands. And do this a few more rounds. As you move, invite your movements to be steady and smooth. Make sure the shoulders stay relaxed and that the front hand doesn't lift too high, which can strain the shoulders. You can imagine if you're a child here, happy and playing with your favorite ball. This form is described as one that can strengthen your overall sense of well-being. And its purpose is to help lift and energize the spirits, creating a playful sense of fulfillment and self-content. Sort of the way a happy, carefree child can feel when we're feeling free and full of possibility. And with that sense of just an ease and a feeling of freeness, notice if the movements can feel free and easeful. Especially through the transitions, they can feel steady and easy. Maybe also through the hands, whether they can stay soft and receptive. And inhaling to lift. Exhaling back into center. Then inhale and move right into the next form, which is called looking at the moon. The back heel lifts, but this time both hands lift to look up and back at the moon. Exhale, the light of that full moon sweeps down in front of the body. Then you lift the opposite heel and rotate, turning around to look at the light of the full moon to the other side. Exhale, back down through the center. Inhale, continue. I'm going to keep the head and the chest lifted, looking back and up at the moon. Exhale through center, still keeping the head and chest lifted. Inhale to the other side, looking between the hands at moonlight. Exhale down through center. Do a few more rounds, the arms and the hands soft, rotating and looking between the hands at the moon. Exhale, carry that luminous light back down, letting it reflect off the imaginary surface of water. Inhale, then it's back up in the sky behind you, pearly white and bright. Exhale, the shimmering light down to see it reflected off the surface of still water. This practice, called 卷题望月in Chinese, is very good for helping to tonify the spleen, liver, and gallbladder. It also increases qi flow through the whole spine and chest, improving circulation. Though the practices are active, the moon is soft and yin. In ancient times, the Chinese shamans and sages were very keen to understand the moon. They believed that if they could understand the moon's cycles of waxing and waning, they could also unlock the secret to immortality. These precursors to the Taoist sages sought to go to sacred places such as the Kunlun Mountains or Mountains of the Moon and seek to unlock the moon's power and divinity. One more round to inhale and reach up and back, looking at the moon. Exhaling all the way back down. Then to release, you begin to push the back hand palm out as the bottom hand palm turns toward the sky. Inhale, the top palm draws in, and the hands change places, exhaling, pushing the other palm out. Inhale, draw the hand in, and change. Exhaling, the first hand palm pushes away, like you're pushing away something invisible but heavy. You might like to imagine something hard to move, like a boulder, exhaling to push it away. Well, maybe not something quite that heavy. You'd have to be really strong to push that with one hand, but something you could move with a little inner strength. The other palm is turned up at the level of the lower abdomen or lower dantian. This form, called pushing the palms or 转腰推掌, is our 9th form. While you do the form, keep the knees softly bent and the shoulders and elbows relaxed. The palm pushes from an inner strength, the way you might use your whole body weight when you push something heavy. This benefits the spleen and stomach, improves digestion, and strengthens the lower back. It can also help with backache and pain by creating greater support and integration through the muscles and joints around the lumbar spine. Do one more round, pressing the palm out as you exhale. Breathing in. This comes right into the next form where the two hands face each other and move clouds between them. The form, called moving clouds or cloud hands, uses a natural, full, deep breath. In Chinese, the form is called Ma Bu Yun Shou. The hands move from one side to the other. When you get to one side, the hands roll over imaginary clouds and move them to the other side. Imagine the hands move, very soft, invisible cloud matter between them, naturally, effortlessly. The fluidity of the movement can encourage a relaxation in the eyes and awaken a sense of inner calm and peace. As you move the clouds, let the lower hand stay at about the level of the lower dantian, abdomen. The upper hand can move at about the level of the chest or middle dantian. As the hands move, the trunk also turns, creating suppleness and a sense of fluid movement through the body. These types of movements help improve digestion and soften the fight, flight, freeze branch of our nervous system. It introduces a more relaxed state through the whole body. Finishing here, step the feet closer and release the hands that moved clouds. Then gather. Having completed 10 forms, clear. Notice how the body feels and how the breath feels. Having opened the chest, looked at the moon, rowed a boat, separated clouds, danced with rainbows, moved clouds with your hands. For the next set of forms, the feet come into bow stance, this time with one foot forward and one foot back. You should be able to back weight and bend the back knee without straining it. You should also be able to bend the front knee and not have it go too far over the ankle. You can test this out first. The next in the 18 forms is called Touch the Sea, Look at the Sky, Lao Hai Guan Tian. As you exhale, cross your arms in front of your front shin. Then inhale and stand up, shift the weight back to bend the back knee. Open the arms overhead, looking at the sky. Repeat, exhale, front knee bends, cross the hands, touching the sea. Inhale, come up, bending the back knee, look at the sky. Exhale, touch the sea, cool and yin. Inhale, arms cross, look at the sky, open, bright, and yang. Continue. Exhale, bending the front knee, crossing the arms, touching the cool waters of the sea. Inhaling, opening the arms overhead, looking at the wide, vast, open sky. Exhale, touch the sea, front knee bends. Inhale, arms cross, weight shifts back, look at the sky. One more this side. This movement's beneficial to the spleen, heart, lungs, but also strengthens the kidneys, back, waist, and legs. And the front foot steps back in, you change the feet. You start right away on the second side, exhaling, cross the arms, bend the front knee. Inhale and bend the back knee, opening the arms, looking at the sky. Do 5 more on the second side. When you're exhaling, remember the front knee bends, crossing the arms. When you're inhaling, weight shifts. Arms continue to cross until they're overhead. The palms will be facing each other. Continue. This is a great movement that balances the yin and yang aspects in the body. We bend forward and feel connected to the softness and depth of the sea. We lift up and let the heart and lungs open toward the spirits of the heavens. When the two come into balance, this creates what is known as the Taiji axis, the harmonizing of yin and yang. And finishing, front foot steps back in, other foot steps out for the next form called flying pigeon spreads its wings. Exhale, the arms come forward like the wings of a pigeon. Front knee bends, back heel lifts. As you inhale, rock back, opening the chest, lifting the front toes. Exhale, rock forward, closing the arms. Inhale, rock back, spreading the wings. Continue a few more rounds, shoulders soft, elbows soft, hands soft. The toes lift, and then the heel lifts when you come forward. The toes lift when you draw back. Let the arms open and close like the wings of a flying pigeon. Notice here that the hands never cross or touch, even though they move towards each other. Last round. And the front foot steps back in, other foot steps forward, flying pigeon to the other side, exhaling forward, back heel lifts, inhaling back. Back knee bends, front toes lift. Continue 5 more rounds like this. This form, flying pigeon spreads its wings, or in Chinese, 飞鸽展翅, is good for the heart and lungs. The movements are believed to promote balanced qi flow through the heart and lung organs and meridians. This alleviates tendencies toward depression, and also supports our ability to let go of the things that no longer serve us. Through this, we encourage our intrinsic capacity for greater contentment and inspiration in meeting all of life's experiences. And stepping the front foot in, we step the other foot out once more for the next form called pushing waves. Exhale, push the hands away like you're pushing an ocean wave. Inhale and retract, softening the hands back in and bending the back knee. Exhale, repeat, bending the front knee and using the hands as well as the back foot to push a wave away. Inhale to draw it back in. Exhale to push it forward from the back foot and hands. Continue a few more rounds. This form, which is called 推波助浪 in Chinese, is helpful for the water element organs of the kidneys and urinary bladder. It creates a sense of fluidity and soft strength in the body. And do one more round on this side, exhaling forward. Inhaling to retract. And then step the front foot in. The other foot steps out, beginning on the second side. Exhale and push a wave using your hands and an inner strength. Inhale, retract back like you're pulling a wave out of the ocean. Exhale, imagine you can push a wave onto the sandy shore. Continue. It's said that practice of this form can help create a calm confidence, which is what I imagine is required if we're to do something as poetic and dreamy as pushing a wave. When visualizing the feeling of what it means to actually push a wave, I like to imagine that I can draw on a sense of deep potential and inner strength, characteristics of the water element, that enables me to push something as formless as water crusting in the shape of a gentle wave. Then finishing, the front foot steps back. The feet come together for the next form called wild goose flying, 大雁飞翔. Inhale, the legs stay steady as the arms reach out to the sides, shoulder height. Exhale, the arms come back in and down. Repeating 5 more rounds. Breathing in, you lift the arms from the heads of the shoulders. Breathing out, retract the elbows and begin to release the hands down like soft, feathery wings. Inhale, allow the arms to lift less from your hands, more from a sense that the underarms expand. Exhale, soften the elbows, wrists, and finger joints back in and down. This form helps qi expand through the lungs, shoulders, upper back, and arms. It can also help with things like headaches, reduce the effect of mental stress, chronic nervous disorders. Let's do one more full round. Exhaling to release. Now for the 15th form. Step the feet apart again, shoulders distance wide, for a practice called 身臂冲拳, or alternating fist punches. The knees soften, feet a bit wider for bow stance. Hands in soft fists at the level of the waist. There is often a sound associated with this form. So as you extend one fist forward, you can make the sound. Inhaling the arm in, exhaling other arm out. Inhaling in, exhaling. Continue. Inhaling. Here, the eyes are focused forward. The knees stay soft, so your body is grounded and strong. This practice is believed to strengthen our digestion and lungs, but also reinforce something we have called the Wei Qi, or defensive layer of qi. The Wei Qi is in the subcutaneous layer of the skin, directly beneath the surface. It's believed that when our Wei Qi is healthy, it enables us to have good defenses that are porous, but also let in what nourishes us. They're strong but semi-permeable, like a good, healthy cell wall. Do one more round. Inhale in, and then exhale, begin to release the fists and open the hands back down. The next form is called turning the flying wheel, or 环转飞轮. It starts in a comfortable forward fold, knees bent. Imagine the hands then wrap around the edge of a large wheel. Inhale, circling toward one direction, like you're turning a large wheel toward one side, and all the way up overhead. Exhale, turn the wheel over to the other side and back down towards the earth. Then you repeat that, inhaling to the side and overhead, exhaling to the other side and back down. One more turn this direction, breathing in to the side and then toward the sky. Breathing out to the other side and back down towards the earth. Then you reverse, and as you turn the wheel the other way 3 times, be steady in the movement of the body and breath. This form helps to purify the organs of the kidneys, urinary bladder, liver, and intestines. It also circulates the blood flow more efficiently in the body, helping us eliminate waste materials and stagnation, and filling it with more vitality and space for the healthy, balanced flow of qi. And once back in the forward fold, I like to flick my hands and fingers toward the earth 3 times, flicking out any additional waste and stagnation. As I give this back to the earth, I imagine it's like compost that can be transformed by the earth. Then begin to roll back up to stand, preparing for the second to last form called bouncing ball. This form is a bit more rhythmic. Step the feet a little closer and bend the knees. Use the same hand as knee to lift it, breathing in. Exhale it down and change legs. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Continue a few more rounds, stepping while bouncing a ball. In Chinese, this form is called 踏步排球. This form can strengthen the feet and legs. The movements also promote better coordination, physical balance, and establish an evenness in the 2 hemispheres of the brain. One more round. And release. The final form is called 安长平气, or the closing form for peaceful qi. Step the feet shoulders distance and begin to gather. The arms and hands will extend out to the side and all the way overhead. Then let the palms face the earth, middle fingers pointing towards each other. Let your breathing remain natural, smooth, fluid, and deep. And begin to bend the elbows and invite the hands to float down in front of the body, settling the qi peacefully as it fills into your organs, meridians, blood, and bones of your body. Washing the body with this vibrant qi and health. And then to close the practice of the 18 forms, the hands rest on the lower dantian, left yin hand over right yang hand for women, and the opposite for men. Feel free, however, to change the position if it feels more natural or authentic to do the reverse of this suggestion. With the hands here, they rest on what's known as qi hai, or the sea of qi, where we generate and store our vital qi. And observe how your sea of qi feels after doing the 18 forms, or Shibashi, and this completes our practice.